Welcome to another Alpha Magnus review. This time we've got the, I guess Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Oh, just going to tilt that up a little bit. Sentinels from X-Men. So it says X-Men there. Looks kind of like the X-Men animated series. Marvel's Sentinels, just so you don't get confused with DC's Sentinel. Here's all our legalese garbage, yada, yada, yada. Shows you everything that's included. These are okay. For the price, I was expecting a bigger package, actually, but it looks like they might just package these pretty well. Do this more often, where the online stuff doesn't need to have the outside piece, but if it's sold in a store, I honestly think that they should just do that. They should offer tiered toy options. Because if they said, hey, we're going to release this and it has no packaging, you just get it in a bag, okay. Do I get it faster that way? I would hope so. Then moving on to, the packaged ones being sold to retailers that you actually have. And maybe even ones like Target, you actually have the front cut out. Let's take this bad boy apart. So we got the Bull Sentinels, and most importantly, we have the Rock. I assumed that this would come apart and you could store stuff in there, but it does not look like it. This is what was teased, I believe, one of the Hasbro live streams. They're like, oh, this is a tease, but it's actually supposed to be like a part of the ground that they picked up and threw. Not so much a rock. Because these are based off of the video game in particular, which the video game is based pretty much around the Pride of the X-Men TV show, which was a one-episode preview thing on the Marvel Action Hour, which I love. If you've never partaken in the Pride of the X-Men, that's Pryde of the X-Men. Toy Galaxy has a video on it, and Secret Galaxy has a video on it, and it is also great. It is what we got before we got the X-Men series that we all know and love. I do love that X-Men series, but I have a special place in my heart for this. And this is where it gets weird. So this is a figure based off of an era of X-Men. I have a collection of these figures from this era. I like that it does not have stupid things holding it down. Just some simple tape. But this is from the video game, and they based an X-Men arcade game off of that era. And I think this is how it went in my brain. Someone was like, "Hey, these X-Men look pretty cool. Let's make a video game and a TV show. There's no way it can fail." And then the TV show failed, and they still had an arcade system, arcade game to come out. So they just brought the arcade game out, and they kind of existed on their own in their own specific lifespan. I love the arcade game. It is one of the best games that I've played because it has the ability to mark multiple, I think 3 total. I think you can play as like 6 characters at once. It's nuts. It's been a while since I played it, but they had multiple versions. They had like a 4-player and then I think a 6 or an 8. It was a lot of people you play in that game. I have almost every character. I have all the X-Men, I think, because I've been slowly making them from that era. But I do still need a White Queen because the one that matched it was in an SDCC pack, and I didn't want the other 3 characters. Now looking back, I probably should have just bought those characters because now they are cost prohibitive. Hey, Hasbro, I know you're re-releasing stuff. How about you re-release that Emma Frost? How about that? Just her on a retro card. I don't care. Because it's ridiculous. So here we've got these. These feel weird. and this is just me noticing this right here, these feel weird. Like, they're smooth. These feel like Mega Man toys, which that'd be a cool custom. But these are based off of the Sentinels that are in the game. They're the basic ones, and they might make more. I only need this. I just want this for my Pride of the X-Men thing. My dream, if I had unlimited money and I could afford to do whatever I wanted, I would have this arcade console. They do have it for arcade 1-ups, which is okay. They do have that, but I would have these figures on top of it as like a diorama. That would be it. So he does, we do have the open hands here, which I'm probably going to have both of them rocking open hands. And then you're supposed to be able to just have him kind of hold it. See if I can do this. Look at that. That actually works pretty damn well. So I will give it to you, Hasbro guys. You've done pretty good there. The other thing that you can do, pop these fists off. And then each fist has a hole in the hand. Hole in my hand that can only be filled by meat. There you go. Let's check out the articulation on this guy. Of course, the wrists, he doesn't have any gun hands, so the wrists are all this way, including the others. We do have a cut here, but no articulation. We got a shoulder twist, double jointed, pinless. That color is a little bit off from the rest of it. We do have a full swing around, rocker swivels. This does have a little bit of motion. Not a lot, but you can twist and turn. You get this up and down pivot. It's probably the double barbell dumbbell thing there, but there's only just a basic twist. It's a Sentinel, so it doesn't really matter. No cut there. We do have the regular, no drop down hip, thigh, double jointed, maybe double jointed. Knee does a pretty darn good job of that. And then we do have a twist at this cut on the cankle. And then there's just like a rocker swivel down here, but it barely does anything. It's okay. We can kind of get a flight pose out of him if you're into that. Because I was thinking about doing that. For mine is having one holding the rock, and then one it's kind of doing thank you, doing a flight pose here. And it does look like they give you two different lengths, because one must be for the hands, one must be for the feet. But it's weird that they just didn't make them kind of middle and have you have ones that worked on either. Whee! Whee! Luckily, you could do that and kind of get it. Freeze mutants. Good pack. I think this one, for the price, this is worth it. Definitely worth. I think it was like 35 or 40 bucks. So, I mean, they pretty much sold out everywhere. So I'd say that they made a pretty decent sale of them. So we might see some more colors of these in the future. Now the big thing that I do like is if you zoom in there, that's a good face. That is pretty darn good. So, like, it's got paint. It's probably the only paint on this whole thing. There's a little bit right there, but for the most part, they went all face sculpt, and that is what you need to do. In the game, there were like 15 different colors of these that all did different things. Pretty much just the same as like a Ninja Turtles foot soldier. They just did them different colors based on what they do and what they do. So you can have a little bit of an idea of what you need to do to. Some of them had, lasers. Some had rocks they threw, etc. Very interesting. Very glad that they released these because I was not even expecting them. And I didn't really need them for my thing, but once it came out, I'm like, oh, yeah, I gotta get that. So I think once I make my custom Toad, I will be set with the Marvel Legends. Of course, I gotta get that Emma, but that's just a matter of money. Because that one's okay enough. I don't really need to have a new version of her. But hey, Hasbro, re-release that, please. It would be super. Anyway, here's the Sentinel, Marvel's Sentinels from that. The figure does feel very, very... This feels like those Toon Turtles from the Ninja Turtles line, the old one. Very strange feeling plastic to them. The durometer of it all is very, very different than most of the Marvel Legends that I've dealt with. I highly recommend them. Pick them up while you can, because I'm sure they're going to re-release them, but they'll probably be different colors. Anyway, if you like this review, please leave a comment below. Tell me how stupid and fat I am, please. Or say good things. That works too. Say whatever. I don't care. Just comment. Like 90% of my videos have no comments on them because I guess I explain everything appropriately and make zero mistakes, because why else would there be zero comments? Like, subscribe. Till next time, I'm Alpha Magnus. These are toys.